is water. So here Jesus, not by accident, but he positioned himself to be sitting by the well of the Samaritan woman. Understand, it was at that time that the Jews, many of them had fled and were no longer in the country where they were, but they had fled and were living in this part of the country. And Jesus sat there waiting for this woman to come. The thing that I like about Jesus, he always found an opportunity to take something that dealt with a person's vocation, everyday routine, whatever they were a part of, he took that opportunity and capitalized on it. He capitalized on it. So the woman comes to draw water. Maybe she was getting water for the meals that she was about to prepare. Maybe she was getting water to stock up in her home. But she came to draw water, and Jesus initiates a conversation with her. And the conversation he initiates with her is one that she could not deny. It was a conversation piece, because he was sitting at the well. And at the well, there was water in the well. And Jesus says to her, "Would you just give me a drink? I know you're drawing water from the well for yourself, but would you give me a drink of water?" And let's look at that 8th verse again. Let's look at this story again. St. John 4 and 8. Because it was at this time that the disciples had gone away into the city to buy meat. It's amazing that a lot of the things that Jesus did, he did apart from his disciples. You ask me why? Let me tell you why. Because even though his disciples walked and talked with him, they saw the miracles of Jesus. It's sad to say the disciples did not have clear understanding of the mission of Jesus. They were always sort of apprehensive and didn't want Jesus mingling too much. I guess they thought they were the in crowd and they should have all of his attention. Just like the Bible talks about in St. Matthew's, when Jesus went out into a desert place. And the multitude followed him into the desert. And after following him into the desert, the disciples looked and saw these followers and said, "Hurry up and send them away. They cry after us. Get them out of here." And the reason why he wanted them to go, the disciples wanted them to go, is because they didn't understand that Jesus never allows anyone to follow him, and he does not provide for them. It was a sacrifice to leave the city. And the Bible says that by the time Jesus had gotten there by boat, the disciples had already gone ahead of him by foot. Now, don't ask me how they did that, but they did it. Let me get back to my story. Jesus knew that the disciples were gone, and here was an opportunity for him to have a one-on-one with this woman. So the 9th verse, let's look at it. St. John 4 and 9. Hope you're getting something from this. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, "How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?" Because it is evident that the Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. That relationship was very rocky. As a matter of fact, the Jews did not even consider the humanity of some of the Samaritans. They were considered outcasts. They were considered dogs, second-class citizens, if they were considered citizens at all. And Jesus, being a Jew, initiates a conversation with a Samaritan, which brings this point out to me. Jesus' mission in his public ministry was not just to one group of people, but Jesus extended himself above and beyond what the world would say were his borders. I know he came, and the mission was to save the lost sheep of Israel. But at the same time, he allowed himself to minister to those who were not part of the Israelites. This woman says, don't you know, this is out of order. We shouldn't even be talking to one another. You should not even be relating to me. There's nothing you have to